discuss an important topic with you. I feel like a lot of people ask themselves the question, who am I? And although this can be a valuable reflection, there's a more pertinent question, and that is, what version of myself do I want to be? And so the way that this reflection came about is that I've seen many transformations on the jiu-jitsu mats, in personal health, and through seeing patients progress through their treatment journey and coming into a different version of themselves. So I've always been very excited when I see somebody running on the street, for example, who might be a little bit larger than their ideal or their healthy weight. And I get excited knowing that a different version of themselves is about to come into play. Or I'm very happy for somebody when they come in and they have, some changes to make through treatment, and I can see in them a different version that's coming about very soon. And even when somebody walks into the Jiu-Jitsu Academy or at the hot yoga studio, and I can see that they're in a particular version of themselves, and we're always going to be ourselves, right? So it's not, again, a question of who am I? You are you, but what version do you want to be? What version are you coming into through the actions, the steps, the ways that you're choosing to go about your days from this point forward? So, for example, looking back at myself recently, I saw an old picture of myself, and this was taken in about 12 years ago when I was beginning my jiu-jitsu journey. Now, I was still relatively active, I was still healthy, but different in terms of how I would spend my time and my habits as well of eating, of exercise. And what happens is that we can start to see a different version of ourselves coming through. And again, it might be subtle, but it might show up in terms of, yes, the shape of your body, the more definition of the contours of your face, your expression. And so now when I see somebody in a particular version, maybe they've been going through a particular health challenge or have had poor eating habits or sleep habits for some time, I see in that person, through the version that's looking at me now, I can see a particular other version behind that because I've seen so many people go through this transformation. And so at some point soon, I want you to go ahead and maybe look back at an older picture of yourself, or even go and look at yourself in the mirror today and just try to see what other version you can see possibly peeking through or appearing for you in this next chapter of your life. And this next chapter might be 6 months, it might be a 3-year journey going to your next version, but whatever it is, just get excited knowing that you're going to be you, but that you can choose which version that you're going to step into, and that might be a more optimized, more healthy, more streamlined version of yourself, a happier version.